Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 3 of this best of 3. And if the number of the game matches the number of the best of, it means that this is the last and final deciding game. And since they're both 3, then that means that this is the last and final deciding game of the match between Flash. I almost said Flash. I don't know why I said Flash. Anyway, unfortunately, this is the way I'm recording it right now. I can't really go back. So, I said Flash. I almost said Flash. Okay, anyway. Moving on. Hwasin. How about Hwasin? Which has a sh in it, which is kind of like Flash. And fOrGG has a f in it, which is also in Flash. So, yeah. Those are the two people you see on the screen here. And it has been an exciting set so far. It has been ridiculously exciting. Especially considering it's been Terran versus Terran. Now, this is going to be Blue Storm for Game 3, though. And Blue Storm, actually, even though it's kind of famous for its zerginess, this is going to be interesting. Okay, Hwasin's going to be in brown at the bottom left-hand corner, and it looks like orange. fOrGG's going to be orange in the top right-hand corner. Yeah, Blue Storm... even though it's known for Zerg, a lot of TVTs on this map end up being pretty crazy because it has this. One day I will get the John Madden ability to draw on the screen, but not just yet. Well, I guess I could if I really needed to, but it'd be a lot more complicated and it might not actually work. Anyway. What I was going to say is, well, you can see Hwasin's SCV, which is going out really early, by the way. It looks like we might be seeing some cheese, actually, out of him. Some proxy something or other. Going up this diagonal from the bottom left to the top right. See, there's Time Attacker. Never V. Also, that's the fOrGG's alias. V is his clan, Victory Clan. Anyways... so it turns up turning into long games because you can camp that middle there, and both sides can just put siege tanks on either side of the big valley in the middle, and it's really difficult to brave across that valley into the other player's tanks, and so you end up getting these stalemates. So we see Hwasin putting on a barracks in a not too hidden location. It's proxy. It's got a little bit of a proxy rush here. I didn't see if he put his supply depot down or not yet, but fOrGG's getting his barracks up here, so relatively safe standard play going on for him. We'll see if he gets his refinery. I think he just put his refinery down right there. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we're gonna seeing Marines producer. Okay, the fact that he's got Marines coming out already means that he probably did that before his supply depot, and that makes sense because he did send it out ridiculously early. We only had like 6 or 7 SCVs, I think. So yeah, wow. Okay, bunker going down. Wow, Hwasin putting out a bunker in fOrGG's door. His barracks is not even up yet. He's probably going to send out a scout after that barracks is complete. I think the bunker is definitely going to be up. He's going to have 2 Marines in that bunker in just a second here. This is looking very, very bad for fOrGG. There he sends out the SCV. He sees that right there. He is getting gas, so he's going to be able to plant down a factory here pretty quickly, but he's in a lot of trouble. At least he has his barracks up. He should hopefully be able to plant down a bunker of his own. And there we go, using some SCVs to block while he sends out his own Marine here. He's outnumbered by 1 Marine, and oh, nice! Hwasin doing some really good control there with his Marines, able to pick off an SCV. The Marine is still alive, though. He's only losing SCVs, and if he can even up the number of SCVs he has, that will be the difference here. And Hwasin rallying his SCVs to that bunker there. He has to concentrate a lot on controlling his Marines, and so it's going to be really... Oh, nice! Picking off... Oh, and the SCV's not able to pick off that Marine, so his Marine's still alive. And he's been able to pick off all of fOrGG's SCVs, Marines. This is looking really bad for him. He's not going to be able to just surround the Marines like you would normally be able to with SCVs. Because of that bunker, you can fall back to that bunker if there's a lot of SCVs. Otherwise, he can send out 4 or 5 SCVs with a couple Marines and force that back. But he's not going to be able to. A couple of Marines are very low on health. They are in the back. A lot of hits going off on that 1 Marine. 2 Marines go down for Hwasin, though. And again, he's going to have to fall back to that bunker. Couple more Marines that he has left, still low on health as well, so he's going to have to just go for containment here. He's not going to be able to put any more pressure on, especially with Vultures coming out soon. Actually, he may go straight for tanks, depending on what his plan is here for this game. But Hwasin may be in trouble now, because once a tank gets out, he'll be able to break that bunker, basically. And look at this. Yeah, fOrGG's so confident, he can even lift up his racks there, so he's got a Vulture out. I think this is a smart move to go with. He needs to get a tank next, though, at the very least. I think he might have even been able to get a tank earlier, but again, he just, well, I guess if he'd been able to, if he hadn't gotten the Vulture, he would have had to make some more Marines just in case, because fOrGG is obviously, I'm sorry, fOrGG is obviously producing more Marines. Second Vulture coming out here. He's not going to be able to get that bunker down unless he gets a tank out, or unless he wants to commit a lot more troops than should be necessary. fOrGG, you can see, actually kind of making a little blockade. He doesn't want fOrGG to run Vultures past, and that may have been his plan, actually. Maybe that's why he decided not to go for tanks straight away. He may have wanted to run Vultures past there, because then he'd be able to get to Hwasin's base and just start picking off SCVs without any delay, without anything stopping him, because the Vultures just be able to rampage around picking off SCVs. His Marines are all forward, his barracks is forward, so he wouldn't have been able to do much. And now it looks like Hwasin actually is going to even plant down that barracks and stop up that gap. And now he's going for two starports. Two starports here. This could be a stroke of genius. Oh, fOrGG has his Goliath out already, actually. And I'm not... yeah, so I was going to say sheer genius going for the raids while fOrGG was getting tanks and what have you. But he's obviously going to be able to... The bunker and the Goliath having the same range here, and so he's able to repair the Goliath, but Hwasin does not have an SCV nearby to repair that bunker there. It looks like he's going in trying to pick off the SCV that was repairing the Goliath, but that bunker is going to go down in just a moment here. This looking not very good for Hwasin. He's gone for the two starports. He's going to put out some raids and just try and keep fOrGG delayed even longer here, and try and get a second base up there while he's delaying him. So using these Marines to delay him, and the bunker and what have you, using the raids to delay as well. But this is not looking good at all, because he's putting out a lot of Goliaths. Oftentimes in situations like this, where you go for a cheese and it fails, or if you go for a fast econ build like a quick command center, the other player, you'll get raids along with it, like I said kind of in the game before, to try and keep him occupied long enough for it to pay off, if that makes sense. And so in this case, Hwasin going for the raids, but fOrGG has a ton of Goliaths now, and he's probably getting Comsat, or at the very least he'll be able to get Comsat relatively quickly after he sees what's going on. Wow, now fOrGG barreling down into Hwasin's main here with some troops. Hwasin only having one tank out basically right now. He's having to bring a ton of SCVs on the line, off the line. That one tank not doing enough good. Raids are in play, but Cloak is not upgraded yet, so they're not going to be able to face off against these Goliaths here. He's got, sending a ton of SCVs here to try and surround those Goliaths, try and get some hits on the Goliaths. The Goliaths having to run away from the SCVs, taking hits from tanks as well. Finally, down to just one Goliath. Hwasin brings his SCVs back to their mining. It looks like fOrGG is trying to pick off a couple SCVs while he can. I'm not even sure if he got a sight on that starport. Okay, now he has a sight on that starport, actually. He sees the Wraith as well, which has been left carelessly over there. It looks like it does get away, actually. Nice. So he's going to be able to keep that Wraith. He's going to be able to repair it theoretically. So now he's seen, I don't think he'd seen the starport previously, because he went straight down the middle of that choke, and they were up in the upper left-hand corner of Hwasin's base. So now he sees it, now he's putting it down the academy. So this is looking horrible for Hwasin. fOrGG's got a second command center going on already, so he's going to have two bases. He's going to be able to plunk down two Comsat centers here in a second. And so he's going to have enough, I think, to deal with this, especially since he already has Goliaths out. A lot of his Goliaths were just destroyed, but he's already put out a couple more.